Howdy. Let's start off with this. This article appeared in a journal published by Elsevier. The attached copy is furnished to the author for internal non-commercial research and education use, including for instruction at the author's institution and sharing with colleagues. Other uses including reproduction and distribution or selling or licensing copies or posting to personal, institutional or third-party websites are prohibited. In most cases, authors are permitted to post their version of the article, e.g. in Word or text form, to their personal webpage or institutional repository. Authors requiring further information regarding Elsevier's archiving and manuscript policies are encouraged to visit. So we won't talk about this too much now since it's not allowed. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's not allowed to share knowledge. In the paper, they are talking about quartzite as well. This is quartzite, which has also some metal inside. There might be different metals within this one metal piece here. There are several of those. And there's also this kind of shiny, colory flakes within that. Yeah, that's yet another picture. Maybe that's a bit better, a bit sharper. And quartzite is very hard. Here you can see those colorful things once again. Diamonds? I don't know. They won't tell me anyway. But anyway, the thing is that I tried to grind this piece of rock as smooth as possible with the amount of patience available for this particular rock. And I don't know, it's not really visible here in the picture, but if I would draw, this would be the surface of the rock. And here would be this metal thing. And the metal is already lower than the rest of the stone, because it's softer. Through all the grinding, this created a dent. You can really feel it when you go with a finger over it. Because the rest of the material, quartzite, is very, very hard. It's really annoying. It takes a lot of time to get a somehow smooth surface to this. With the same amount I used for this stone, I could have grinded many other stones. But anyway, I wanted to show you some clouds from recent days and from today. Some days ago, there was this kind of thing in the backyard. And there is this white cloud here in the middle. The same picture, a little bit enhanced. Yeah, this was quite a sight. And this white cloud somehow went just... It got... What is it? Yeah, anyway, it disappeared in the upper cloud. It was very interesting to observe. And then we had this kind of sky for a little while. It didn't last for too long. The same picture enhanced looks like that. And it's a pity that I don't have a filter for the camera for polarized light. Once maybe I should make like that. Sometimes I use my sunglasses in order to take polarized pictures. Because if you watch with polarized glasses, you can see many more details. And once you have figured out how to watch with the polarized glasses and see the details, you probably can see them without glasses too, if it's not too bright. So now let's go to the observations from today. Yeah, that's also from today. And that's basically not that much of a picture, except that there's an airplane. It came from Brussels straight to Joensuu here in Finland. There aren't any regional flights from Brussels to here. So, there's something going on. But anyway, let's start off with this picture. This doesn't look like too much at first sight, but I noticed that thing here in the background. Not only does it have this kind of straight button, but it also has this kind of spiral features to it. It's maybe not too easy to see here. That's why I made screenshots, because I took several pictures of the same thing. So now that's an enhanced screenshot, or an enhanced version of the same picture. And as you have seen just before, it was rather far away. So maybe once when I become a real adult or something like that, I can afford a camera. Yeah, it would be very cool to have a good camera in order to catch features like this, which are rather far away. So that's the first picture when I noticed this feature. That's the same one, still more enhanced. And you can see, obviously, this is going through. This is going all the way up there. And it has this kind of a spiral feature. There is one line which is maybe easiest to follow. There is like others. But let's go to the next picture. For those who have the eyes to see, you can see some lines here. And I have to admit, I haven't seen anything like that ever. There was a second one developing, but it's maybe in the next picture, I don't know. Here, they are almost visible, those lines I've been talking about. I won't now draw anything to here, to this picture, because I think my drawing sucks more than it helps. But here I should somehow try to bring forward the features. I don't know if I managed to do so. As you can see from the water surface and the edge of the forest, this is very strongly enhanced. Yeah, there was some dark clouds. And there was another airplane which was landing, so it was rather low. But it was still above the clouds, and these clouds were even lower than the ones the airplane flew above. So they are very low above the ground. And since I grew up in Switzerland, I'm still not really used to have these kinds of very low hovering clouds. They might be just a few hundred meters above the ground. Somehow I think it has to do with not only the landscape in general, because obviously you can see it's rather flat. There are no mountains or whatsoever. But it could be also due to the curvature of Earth and the Bergen currents and all these kind of things. That's why the clouds may hang lower here up in the north. So now back to our spiral or vortex in the sky. Now it should be obvious to the last one watching this video that there is something going on. This is a spiral. A vortex. The same picture enhanced. Yeah, like I said before, I haven't seen anything like this. Ever. Maybe not even in a video. Maybe like similar things I have seen where there has been mesocyclones or tornadoes or hurricanes or stuff like that, but you know, not in Finland, not with my own eyes, not with this kind of surrounding weather like blue sky and stuff like this. Just this kind of a pillar, which is really interesting and very beautiful. And now, and like when I took this picture, I noticed that it might collapse or dissipate soon because the structure isn't that well visible anymore. It's not a straight line anymore, it has a bend in it. The same picture enhanced. There are some kind of other vertical structures here hanging around all over the place. Yeah, I think it's here. Yes. There's another similar thing going on here. At least it looks to me like that. And here it's still just dissipating. There is not really a spiral structure anymore visible, but it still looks rather interesting. I think if I would have seen this like as it is here in the picture without following what has been going on before, I would have probably taken a picture as well of that too. Very cool. Also, these features here on the side, they're all very interesting. Let's just try to remember this one pattern. Maybe it's the Richtmeier-Beschkow instability, but I don't know. Let's don't talk about that because I don't remember. And still, despite this being disconnected in a way, there is still a connection. The same picture enhanced. And the reason why these clouds are darker because they are in the shadow of the sun. And also this upper feature is rather interesting. It still has some kind of a vortex shape to it. Yeah, and I'm every now and then grinding some stones, making samples, cut them in half and check it out, how they look on the inside. And compare it or them to scientific notions, paradigms, theories, or whatsoever. And that's a rather interesting stone because it somehow proves that there is no up or down needed to create such a feature in the rock, which is a very important point. And how this all leads together with weather and all these kind of things is. Now, I'm writing still, or again. I got into writing again. That's why my video production is rather low at the moment. I'm very busy writing stones and reading and making investigations. And it's very interesting. There would be so much to talk about: weather, currencies, earthquakes, and many other things. But I'm really busy writing. And if it wouldn't be so interesting, I probably wouldn't do it. Maybe once you will understand how or why this rock here in the picture is so interesting. It's probably even more interesting than it is beautiful. But anyway, clouds and plains and rocks and stuff. Thanks. Bye.